Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video. Today we're going to be looking at Orange Cast, which is actually coming out on the 21st of this month. It is the 19th recording this video. This is a sci-fi third-person shooter, which doesn't really explain a lot of the story. Apparently you're a guy that can be reborn to go and fight the enemy that's coming. I'll be honest, I haven't even been in the tutorial yet, and we'll get into why I haven't been in the tutorial yet in just a moment, because there are some glaring issues with the game. It's one of these that has the potential to be absolutely phenomenal and looks like it could be really good, but there's some glaring, flaring, just horribleness that I can't get past. I have tried this with both a controller and mouse and keyboard. It is surprisingly much easier with a keyboard for me, even though I'm a controller player, and that's partly due to the controller settings. The other issue I've had is that when I tried to change the controller settings in game, it actually broke. The game just wouldn't work. It froze, and the picture just kept saying press any button, even though when I pressed a button, I was clearly in-game, like I could hear the sounds of in-game. Okay, we're in the settings. Few issues here. The first is there isn't enough settings for what I would like to see. What I mean by that is, unless I put it in a different area and not the video settings, there's no setting to turn off screen shake, which means that if you are prone to motion sickness, you will get very nauseous very quickly. It was absolutely horrendous. I couldn't, well, you'll see in the game in a minute, but I can't aim properly because of the amount of screen shake that's going on. There is frame limit, and there is, you know, VSync, gamma, render distance, and then you've got these options here on Ultra. It's okay, but for a game that is trying to look as good as what it is, I would like to see more options. Outside of that, you can rebind the controls, I think, but not really on controller, and I don't want to try it again and break it. But there's a fair amount of controls to do. Even on keyboard, you've got a lot of stuff that you've got to kind of reach towards. It's not terrible. It's not bad. The big issue I've got with the controller is when you use the right thumbstick, if you push up, it actually looks down at the floor. And if you push down, it looks up, so it's inverted. But I don't want to hit invert settings on controller because that will in theory invert left and right. So left and right is fine, but it's just the up and down, and I can't find in the controls where to change that, and that's a problem. Like I say, when I did try, it broke the game. But they're the options. We're going to get into the game, and we're going to show you what I mean and why I've not got out the campaign just yet, or out the tutorial. Let's jump in and see what it's all about. Alright guys, we're in the game. As you can see, it's very, very pretty. The character model looks really, really good. It reminds me of Oberon a little bit from Warframe, if you guys ever played that horrendous game. Graphically it looks alright. There's a few issues. It looks sort of almost beta testy type, in the, like, you clip through the weapons and the walls quite badly. It just looks not finished. It's got a very not finished look to it. But the main issue I've got is with the movement and the screen shake and just everything. Like, it's just the hit markers, there aren't any. That's a big issue. There are no hit markers, so you never actually know if you're hitting the enemy or not. The enemies don't appear to have hit bars or health bars or anything. It is important to note that you can have a 3D heads up display, or you can have it like I've got at 2D. Also, it doesn't actually tell you where you need to go. I'm fairly sure it's this way. This is why I'm walking back and forwards, because I don't know. I can't remember. The world around you, depending on where you need to go, is destructible, which is nice. It is this way to go, I think. I don't know. So you can destroy the world in order to open up areas of where you need to go. You've got different weapons that you can choose from. It starts you off with a revolver and this, like, pulse gun thing, which destroys everything in its sight. The running movement's a bit odd. The running movement is a bit odd, I'm not going to lie. And aiming doesn't really do a huge amount. You don't zoom in a lot. And there's this weird sort of shaking with the gun, which is not ideal either. Again, I can't really say too much because I've not really got past this bit yet, right? I've not really got past this area because this screen shake is awful. So again, guys, if you do suffer from motion sickness, it is worth bearing in mind that I haven't actually been able to turn that off yet. The shield doesn't do a lot either. Like, it doesn't seem to stay up for very long, and it doesn't seem to do a huge amount. And then you fire with this, there's just screen shake all around. It tells you to use the revolver because reasons. And then the revolver doesn't do anything. There's no hit marker. There's no health pack. There's just nothing. Like, it's got 76% health left apparently. But you can't hit anything because the hit marker's all over the place. There is no hit marker. It's horrible. I would probably prefer to play this on controller, except for the fact that the up and down is inverted for some weird reason, which means that every time I naturally go to look up by pressing down on the thumbstick, it makes me look at the ground. It's not the best. It has potential to be amazing, but it's too wonky. It's too unfinished. And that's just a feeling that I've had with the game from the moment I started playing it. It just looks and it feels unfinished. It feels rushed almost. The blur as well, there's motion blur when you move. It's giving me a headache trying to play this. It doesn't help with the colours as well. The colours of this sort of training area are very clashing. So I can't tell you any more of the story. I can't tell you whether I can tell you whether I'd recommend this. In its current state, I would not recommend this game. It needs more. It needs a bit more work doing onto it. Now, this is technically a beta build because the game isn't released until the 21st. So I don't know if upon release there will be a day one patch that fixes a lot of this, that adds more controller movement and stuff. But honestly, the fact that the tutorial doesn't seem to be skippable, and the fact that this is annoying as well, like, because I've had to continue because I died on the tutorial ghost, which is maddening to me, I've got to go through all of the messages again. Like, it should remember that I've already done the messages once already. So, in conclusion, fix your game. Fix your game before it releases, because I can't play it like this. I won't play it like this. I refuse. It's giving me a headache. It's broken in that I can't play it. The motion blur and the screen shake is awful. And there are no hit markers, so I don't actually know if I'm hitting him or not. There is a health bar on the enemy, but I only just noticed that right this minute. And I don't know if that's because I got close enough to trigger it or what. But there you have it, guys. This is Orange Cast. It looks like it could be phenomenal, but in the current state that I have played it, it is not. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the content, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I shall see you all in the next video. Thank you very much, guys. Ciao, ciao.